Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary Ashcraft. If you are new here, you can find me on Instagram at that same name. I will have everything linked and spelled down below in the description box. This is my Flosstube channel where I talk about all things cross stitch and anything else I feel like. Today is September 3rd, 2021. This is episode 41. We are coming up on my 1-year anniversary of Flosstube, so I'm really excited for that. I think it's, I had this in my brain. It's the 17th, 2 weeks from today. So I'm very excited about that. Today is Friday. We have a 3-day weekend this weekend. I'm so excited and I'm hoping I can kick my butt into gear and make some project bags. Let's see. We got a lot to talk about today. Actually, a lot to talk about now that I'm looking at everything. I should probably make sure my phone's on silent. Last week, my mom was my special guest. That was a lot of fun to do. I did go super fast throughout that episode, and there was a lot that I did not even talk about just because I was like, I just need to get this done. So I have some things I'm going to talk about today that should have gone in last week's video. But that was so much fun filming with my mom. Hopefully we can do that every time she visits. And I loved your comments, and she loved your comments. Oh my gosh. And all of your comments, I mean, everybody calls me her mini-me because we look alike, we talk alike, we act alike, we're very similar. So it was funny that you guys could pick up on that as well. So yeah, she's been continuing working on her Merry Christmas pattern. And then we did not kit up Pretty Little Hawaii for her when she was here. I don't know why, but we were going to. She was like, it's okay, I'll do it at home. So I think she will work on that at some point, start that at some point probably this year. Okay, let's dive in. I have 4 whips, 2 whips, 2 new starts to talk about. First thing I worked on was Halloween Fairies by Mirabilia. I love this. This is such a cute one. And I finally made myself a working copy, so I need to go through and highlight what I've done. I'm trying to remember where I left off. Oh, I literally left off in the middle of a thread. Okay, so here's where I'm at. And I totally have the thread just parked, hanging out right down there. So I have finished her dress, I have finished her bag, and now I am starting on the bottom portion of her dress that's down here. So I think the variegation in this floss really comes out down here, which I really like. This is what I brought with me on my work trip. So I live in Fresno, and I had to go to Mammoth for a conference, a settlement conference. So I drove up there the day before because it's like a 7 or 8 hour drive. So I drove up there the night before or the day before, and that night I was thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to stitch all night. Well, I ended up working for like an hour, and then I had dinner, and then I stitched for like an hour or 2 hours. So it was like a normal night for me. I was like, this is great. But I have to go again in October. So that time I'm going to try to not bring a ton of stuff with me, or like not bring work with me so that I can stitch a little bit more. But it was great. I don't remember what station was they played Da Vinci Code, and then Now You See Me, and then Da Vinci Code again, and then Nickelodeon had on Friends. So I just kept going back and forth between those 2 channels, because Da Vinci Code is one of my favorites, Now You See Me is one of my favorites, and Friends is one of the best. And on that trip, I listened to my very first audiobook. I listened to Bridgerton, the first Bridgerton book. I have a few hours of it left, which is fine because I have to go down to Bakersfield, which is about 2 hours away, this next week. So I will be able to listen to it some more then and hopefully finish it on that trip. But yeah, I am enjoying this. The goal is still to finish this by Halloween. We'll see how I do with that. You know me and plans. They don't always work. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'm doing really well on this. I'm really proud that I've been able to accomplish so much on it. And the back of this. I'm not one who really cares about backs. If you saw the backs of some of my earlier pieces, woof, like they're bad, like they're just like chaotic, right? But I am finding that the less I travel, obviously the less floss you're gonna use. And I think with fancy floss, that's kind of needed. So yeah, I think I'm really liking the colors that I picked for her dress too. I think that looks pretty. So, okay, so then I mentioned last week that on August 23rd, I would be starting a Mirabilia because it was Alexis from Alexis's Amazing World. My Amazing World? Or is it Alexis's Amazing World? Alexis, My Amazing World? She's on Instagram, guys. She's one of my friends on Instagram. And so for her birthday, her and Julie, Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World, were starting, I believe, Andromeda by Mirabilia. And so I don't have that one. So I was just going to pick a different Mira that I have. I was going to let my daughter pick it because her birthday is the 24th. And in the process of picking, I ended up sick. I ended up with a cold. It was terrible. It was really terrible. And there was somebody at work, not at my work, but like another attorney that I was talking to, who was joking that I had the Delta. And I was like, now I need to go knock on wood or something. Like, it's not, I don't want to joke about that. But I just decided I don't want to do a new start because I feel like new starts are a lot of work. You really got to pick out, at least with me and doing Miras, a lot of times I do conversions on certain flosses. So picking out all the floss, picking out the fabric, finding the place to start on the fabric, it's just a process. So I was like, I don't want to deal with that while I'm sick, and I just want to pick up a whip. So I picked up Lady Justice, my favorite girl. So here is what she looks like. I'm doing a full conversion on her. Her robe is going to be grayish black to symbolize a judge's robe. And the sash is purple because purple is the color of law. I showed my mom and my mom's like, why is it purple? And I was like, do you not remember when I graduated that I wore purple? So I love her. And once she's finished, she's going to go in my office. So, actually I should probably keep this out so you know where I'm going. So when I left off, I had about this much. And now I'm done here. I worked on this for a week. Just how awesome. So I'm on this part of the sash over here. I was really hoping I could finish the tail because it's just this little bit. And this part right here is the start of it going up. And I was trying so hard to get to that point, but I didn't get there. So I was like, it's okay. I will set it down and I will do my next project like I had planned. So okay, not to toot my own horn, but I was was really concerned that my colors that I picked out, all the purples, were not going to work out. That it wasn't going to flow, it wasn't going to have the right gradient, it would just look like patches of color. And I really felt like that up here, and I kind of wish I had picked a slightly darker purple for this part right here, because I do feel like it is a little bit darker in there. But looking at it like from this distance, this looks so good. Like this part in particular looks so good to me, and I'm so happy that it's turning out, because I feel like that's kind of the risk you take with conversions, is you have to get to a certain point. Like you work through to a certain point where you are just like, oh, I don't know if this is working. I don't know if this is working. I thought the same thing on my Halloween fairy with the dress. I thought, oh, I don't know if these are the right purples. And then you get to a point where it's done, or it's close to being done, or more than 50% done, and you're just like, okay, yes, this is working. I'm on board for this. We are in it for the long haul. So I am so happy with how this is turning out. And I think I mentioned before, I use a conversion from one of the Facebook groups as a base, but it only had a couple purples on it. It wasn't a complete conversion. So I went and did, oh gosh, like 3 or 4 trips to Joann's and basically bought all of the purples. And I'm not even using all of these. I just left them in there in case I thought, oh, I might need a different color. I bought every single purple that I thought might work. I bought because I wasn't sure. So I'm so happy, so happy that it is looking good and it's not gonna look like trash. So yeah, I'm just, oh gosh, so excited about this. This is a needle minder from Clay by Kim. Love her stuff. What was I waiting for? Oh, I wanted a butterfly. And I keep checking each week, and I'm like, if she doesn't have a butterfly, I'm not gonna get it, because I really want a butterfly, but I haven't seen any. So we'll see what she comes up with for fall and Halloween. Oh, there is a girl on Etsy. Hers are very similar in that they're clay needle minders that she shares a lot of videos of her doing them, but she's coming out with bats in a Halloween collection, and I was like, oh, I might need to get those. I can't, her name is slipping my mind, but I will link her down below, because she also has some really cool stuff. I haven't bought any yet, but her designs are really pretty. Wow, I just realized this is a really big, heavy Mira thing, because one of the next ones I'm going to be talking about is another mirror. Before I get to my last Mira, so Expo happened this past weekend, and I was looking through. I haven't purchased anything because I'm so indecisive, and I'm trying to be better about buying patterns and buying patterns that I know I'm going to start right away, which, you know, I'll talk about some stuff at the end in terms of like buying patterns and plans and stuff, but I'm really trying to focus on not buying patterns just because I like them and thinking, oh, one day I'll stitch it, but thinking, if I'm ready to stitch this within the next week, I will purchase it, type of a thing, which is something I know like Michelle has said before, Michelle Bendy. And so there's so many cute patterns from Expo. Liz Matthews, oh my gosh, I want every single one. The pumpkins, obsessed. The bird, I really want to do the bird by itself, beautiful. And then the rainbows, oh my gosh, I will buy the rainbows one day when I'm ready to do it. Both of my kids have a special song that I sing to them, and my daughter's is Over the Rainbow. And I showed her Wizard of Oz for the first time when my mom was here. Loved it. And now she wants me to sing her song even more than I already did. So when I saw that rainbow pattern by Liz Matthews, I just thought, oh gosh, I can't not do that for her, you know? But one of the designers that was new to me, and I really liked their stuff, is Primrose Cottage. Primrose Cottage. I keep thinking it's Primrose Cottages, but it's singular. So their designs, I really like them. They kind of give me a Lizzie Kate meets Housewives vibe. It's funny because I think their like Christmas rules and autumn rules have the same vibe as the Lizzie Kate ones. But I actually kind of like Primrose's rules a little bit better. Anyways, they have come out with a bunch of patterns for Expo. Love several of them, and thinking about purchasing a couple of them maybe in a couple weeks once I've gone through some of the patterns I have here. But I was really wanting to do a fall pattern, and I was deciding between a couple of the tidbits from the Housewives, like the pumpkin truck and the pumpkin patch, and this one from Primrose, and I had Amelia choose, and she chose this one. You know what? I just realized I should probably get you a picture of what it looks like. So I picked this one out, or Amelia picked this one out, and okay, here we go. Yeah, Primrose Cottage stitches. So, oh wait, no, that's right, I got a tap there. So it says Welcome Autumn, and you have some pumpkins, sunflowers, and acorns, and it is, from the picture, it doesn't look that small. The dimensions, though, it is small. I was gonna do it on a 32 count gingham, and it would have been like this big. It was like 2.5 inches by like 6 inches or something like that. So I decided I wanted it to be a little bit bigger, so I decided to do it on 25 count. I also just realized I didn't share the fabrics of my other mirrors. I'll share them when I get to my next one. So this is a 25 count. It's by Lori Holt. I bought it from Lollipop Stitches D-Stash. So it's like Lori Holt's, I think she calls it vintage cloth, maybe. But it's like it's just like that, it's like a neutral color. So this whole bottom border with, and I just did the light brown. It took me like 2 hours to do that. And then 3 pumpkins, a sunflower, and I've started on the pumpkin, the 4th pumpkin here. So this is 25 count, and I am doing this 3/2. 3 strands of floss over 2 strands of fabric stuff, whatever. Fabric stuff. So this is new to me. The only other time I've used 25 count is 1/1. So this is my first time doing it over 2. I actually really like it. The only thing I don't like is I can't do a loop start, but that's fine. But I really enjoy this pattern, and it is stitching up quite quickly. I've worked on this 3 nights and 1 morning. That sounds about right. So I'm really enjoying this. This is kind of my focus piece right now because I want to finish it so I can fully finish it and have it up for fall. As you can see, I have some fall decor out. I think this weekend I'm going to pull out the bin from the garage and put up everything else And then next time I will be able to show you all of my previous finishes. And I have one that I finished last year that I think I'm going to redo the FFO of it. Anyways, so yeah, so Primrose Cottage, I also ordered, because then I went on a deep dive of like their Instagram and their Etsy. They have a lot of quilt patterns, which is cool because I really want to get into quilting. And so I did a deep dive, and they have this box called Sip and Stitch, where you get a pattern, the floss, and a mug. And I saw that one of my friends had bought it, and I was like, can you tell me what's in it so I know whether I need to go buy it or not? So Jordan Ginter, she's like, yeah, no problem. So she sent me pictures, and I was like, okay, yeah, I need this. This is so cute. So it's already shipped, and I think it'll be here on Tuesday. So I will be able to share that in my next video. So yeah, so ever since, I think all of this happened on like Monday or Tuesday. So yeah, I'm enjoying Primrose Cottage's designs. And once I finish this one, I'll either do another one of theirs, or I'll do, whoops, almost just lost my needle, or I will do some of the tidbits from the Housewives. And I'm keeping, so this one, I am doing some of the called for and some not. I'm keeping it in a bendy flip. And so I have some of the DMCs that are called for, but this white pumpkin, I'm using Color and Cotton Hayride, which I thought was an appropriate name for an autumn pattern. The green, the dark green, I am using Victorian Motto Spirit of the Pumpkin. It's a beautiful green. One thing I really like about Victorian Motto is how much you get. I don't know how much this is, but it seems like a lot. Like their skeins that they give you are a lot. Much bigger than any other brand of fancy floss that I get. And then, even though I don't purchase Weeks Dye Works anymore, I still have some. So, I've been debating over the last few weeks and months what I want to do with my Weeks Dye Works. And I keep going back and forth if I want to do a giveaway with it, if I want to sell it, if I just want to use what I have. So at least for this, I decided to use what I have. So the light brown that is in the check is mocha. And the dark brown, that's the stem of the pumpkins, the inner part of the sunflower, and then will be on the bottom portion is chestnut. I just really liked that I happened to have something that was like the right shade of brown. And that's really the only reason why I used it. But it is what it is. So I think that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. Unless I have a color of weeks that I just know I'm not going to use. I'm just going to try to go through what I have. So that is Welcome Autumn from Primrose Cottage Stitches. I'm filming in the afternoon, so this is just water. But this is the mug that gets me in the mood for like fall and Halloween. It's the Disneyland New Orleans Square mug. I love it. It's the best. Okay, so before I show you my next one, Lady Justice is being stitched on 32 count Pearl by Mystic Fabrics. And then Halloween Fairy, this was one of the Fabric of the Months a couple months ago, 32 count from Fiberlicious. I am part of Fiberlicious's Fabric of the Month Club, which I have, is that July's or August? August fabric to show you. Okay, So finally, my last whip. September 1st. Oh my gosh, this sale has been in the making for I don't even know how long. Memphis Sarah and I both happened to purchase around the same time too the Mirabilia Thanksgiving Harvest Fairy. So same size as the Halloween Fairy, same series, but she's like all folly and harvesty vibes. So we decided we were gonna do a sale, and we had decided a long time ago that we were gonna do it on September 1st as kind of like the start of the fall season. And she messaged me like a couple days before the 1st and was like, hey, are we still on for doing our sale? And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you for reminding me, because I totally would have forgotten. So I've only worked on this one night, which was on the 1st. And so I'm doing a center start. I'm using the called for everything, and I'm just using what came in the kit. These colors are gorgeous. So that's all I have. This is like the most measly little start. I mean, I counted a lot. That's got to count for something. But it's just the flowers on this side. So something I noticed when I talked about Halloween Fairy maybe about a month ago or shortly after I had started it, I had talked about how I switched the colors. I did a lot of color changes because I felt like the colors on here were more vibrant than the floss that came in the kit, and I was really disappointed by that. This one, the floss looks just like this. And something I noticed is that, I don't know if you can tell, this paper is like a really shiny, it's just like a really nice paper, you know? This, it's like somebody printed it out. Do you know what I mean? So I wonder if these kits were like they needed to make more and they just kind of put them together haphazardly. It just seems like the Thanksgiving fairy kit, it seems like it's more accurate, you know? I don't know. It's just me being like suspicious. I just thought it was interesting that the kits are so different, you know? But these colors, man, so pretty. And it does come with Bella Rosa for the skin. I will not use that because I think it's a terrible color. She's going to look like a pink lemonade. So I will figure out later. I'll probably do the skin last or quite a bit later. And I'll figure out what to do with her. Because I did buy, and it's here, the skin collection from Ymir. So I might see if there's a good one that goes well with these colors, which these colors are very similar to the Halloween Fairy. So I think that the skin conversion is probably in order for that one as well. Okay, so that is all my whips. Woo. Let's see. Okay. I had giveaways last week. So I had these animal ones, I had this mermaid, and I had this house. So I pulled the winners just before this, literally just before this. So the mermaid goes to Mom Stitcher, who is Amber, and she filled out my Google form. She lives in Germany, so that's really cool. Get to send something to Germany. The house, this beautiful house, goes to the ADHD Stitcher. And all these little animals, cute little animals, goes to Kelly, don't run with scissors. So I have a ton of stuff I need to mail, including the winners from last time. So I will do that next week after Labor Day, when I don't have a meeting. Don't kill me. So that is that, and I have one thing for a giveaway this week, which I will do at the end. Okay, so time to get into haul. I feel like I'm like straining my voice. Goodness. Okay. Let's do. I got my fabric of the month from Fiberlicious for August. This one is Cherific. Cherific? Yeah, Cherific. I get a 32 count plain linen. And so this is a very vibrant color. And I'm going to have to, it's got some orange in there as well. I'm going to have to figure out what is a good pattern for this. If you have any suggestions, let me know. If there's like a Mira that would look good for this, or I don't know what else. A Mira or a Nora. This is when she posted this color, this was the first one where I was like, wonder what I could do with it. Not that I didn't like it. I love it. I think it's beautiful. It was just more so like, I don't know what I would do with it, you know? So, or maybe like a monochromatic pattern. I don't know. So if you have any suggestions, I am all ears for that. When my mom was here, we went to Barnes & Noble because she wanted to get the Halloween edition of the Just Cross Stitch magazine. I have one, and so she looked through mine and she went, okay, yeah, there's enough in here that I would want this. While we were there, we found this Contemporary Cross Stitch collection. Normally books like this, I'm just kind of like, meh, whatever. But this has so many patterns that I had already been, had my eye on. There's a lot of Stitchrovia in here. There's a lot of Satsuma Street. So like the one in particular, the Oz one. And there's another one. Oh, this one, Evelyn Across the Pond did this one. That was her March Madness piece. Loved her. And she finished it just like that too. So I just thought, this has a lot of really cute stuff. And it's got some cute fall smalls. And and just a lot of smaller patterns. But yeah, I thought this was a really good one. This is put out by, it's one of the UK magazines, and I'm trying to, why is it slipping my mind? But they also did, like last year, or earlier this year, they did a Doreen Jones one. I almost bought that one because I really like Doreen Jones. I thought this was a cute one. But a lot of these patterns, so like these in particular, these are a lot of Stitchrovia ones. Like, you can get this on her Etsy. You can get this on her Etsy. You can get these on her Etsy. You can get this one. You can get the Emerald City on Satsuma Street. So it was really cool because this was $20, I think. $20 for tons of patterns that would cost a lot more if I bought them individually. So excited about that. I got my Color and Cotton Floss of the Month. So if you haven't gotten yours, look away. I get 10 skeins, all colors. So these are the brights. These are really pretty colors. These are the prim. Look at these colors. How gorgeous are these? when I opened this and saw this pack, I almost thought, you know what? I'm going to switch it to all prim because I love this. I mean, I like these too, but just the tone of these colors. And I'm curious if anybody knows what constitutes primitive floss, you know, like calling these prims. Obviously, I know why these are called brights, but why do they call them prim? Because I feel like that could mean anything. But I really like these tones. So I'm going to take a look. They said they were posting some floss to their permanent collection from this month's, or whatever this month's was, August floss. And it looked like there were a lot more prim colors that were like the beautiful autumn tones. I might see what they have. Because like this color, this like blue, gorgeous. So let's see. Oh, okay. And then continuing on with the floss, I got my skin collection from Almond MS. I'm so excited. Okay, so each of these, the name is a year that is specific to, let me see if I can get these in order. Specific to specific periods in time. So this is 2021. This is the variegated one. This is so pretty. All of these, honestly, so pretty. So pretty. So 1866 is the Civil Rights Act. 1965, Bloody Sunday and Voting Rights Act. I guess maybe I'll hold them all up so you can see the different changes as we go through. 1900, Black National Anthem was created. 1873, first open heart surgery was performed by a black doctor. Okay. And then last one is 1859, last known slave ship to arrive in the United States. So these are gorgeous colors. I love how beautiful they are. Let's see if I can. I just think they're so pretty. And so I'm definitely using one of these for Halloween Fairy. And I will most likely use one for the Thanksgiving Fairy. I just have to look at what is going to look best with the floss. And I will, there's a good chance, most likely, more likely than not, I will use one of these for Lady Justice as well. So those are all of the skin collection, plus the variegated. If you have been wanting, or if you've been wanting to do a skin conversion, but you're not really sure how to go about it, check these out. This is a great starting point to be able to do that. Ymir makes it very easy. So love her silks. She has a floss tube as well. She's just like the kindest human ever. And yeah, last but not least, so the Gilmore Girls Autumn and Stars Hollow retreat was a few weeks ago. I mentioned it in my last video, but because again I was with my mom, I was like speeding through. That retreat, I had so much fun. I was way more involved this time. I participated in hourly stitching challenges. I won a stash dive. I won a couple random draws. And what else? I actually entered the rooms and I was stitching while I was on there, and I had my video on and talking to everybody, and I got to meet so many people. Like, I actually got to officially meet Athena and Laura and Katie. Who else did I get to meet? Oh gosh, Zan. I got to meet Zan. The frog stitcher. So many people I got to actually meet and talk to, and it was so much fun. So Athena She does t-shirts, and up until now, they've been cross-stitch related. She has a Facebook group that you can join if you want to order shirts. They are really cute, and so I finally ordered one, and I got the, whoa, let's do that. The Stars Hollow Stitchathon, Stitch or Go Home, 8/20/21. So I got this one, and then I won a shirt. So, but that is coming with all of my prizes, which I haven't got yet. And at first I was like, you know, it's been a while, and I got like a notification for it a while ago, and I was like, huh, wonder if they forgot to mail it. And then with my shirt, Athena sent me a cute sticker, and she sent me a note, and in her note she said that my prize shirt is being sent with my prizes, and I go, oh, that must have been why it's probably taking so long, because they had to wait on Athena. So thank you, Athena, for having it take so long. Just kidding. Thank you, Athena, for my shirt. I'm so excited. I was going to put it on, but I'm wearing black jeans, and I was like, I have to go grocery shopping after this, and I can't do black on black. I'm not in theater anymore. So I was like, I will save this for this weekend, and I will wear it this weekend. So I love it, and I cannot wait to show you the shirt that I won, because when they said I won one of the shirts, at first I thought it was the other shirt design that they had revealed as a prize, which it says Autumn and Stars Hollow, and it is a beautiful design. And but then it was a different shirt, and it's one that Katie got for herself, and so only Katie and I are gonna have this shirt. And I was like, the Gilmore Girls fan inside of me is screaming. And oh, I won a bingo. That was the other thing. Stash dive and a bingo and a couple random draws. Yeah, I had so much fun at this retreat. Man, what a fun retreat. And in my house, it is now officially fall, because I have started my yearly binge of Gilmore Girls. I usually start it every year on September 1st. This time I started it on September 30th. Started it like 2 days before. So I'm so excited. I cannot wait. The next one is going to be summer. I cannot wait for that one. It goes on sale in December, and the retreat will be in June. So that is all of my haul, all of my whips. I'm curious. Something that I would be interested to hear what everybody's opinions on are. So Stitch With Me videos. I've never really thought like, oh, I'd want to do that, but I don't know why. Lately I'm like, I kind of would want to do that. But I've seen them done two ways. I've seen them done where they are pre-recorded, and you know, the people send in like topics or questions, and the Flosstuber like talks about whatever while she's stitching. And then I've seen it where, you know, like Teresa Little Stitcher or Michelle Bendy, where they do it live. I don't think I would do it live, but I'm curious, like, if you like the pre-recorded Stitch With Me's. I've watched Crystal Rowe, which if you haven't watched her channel, go watch her because she's great. And I've watched Nell from Little Yellow House Crafts. She's done a couple. And so I like them because I like putting those kinds of videos on in the background, like while I'm doing dishes or something. But I'm just curious if people actually watch those. I mean, I'm sure people do, you know, but just curious. And then my friend Courtney Alma, who is a Flosstuber here, she has 4 videos. She is brand new, so you could totally go check her out and subscribe and binge all of her videos, like in an hour or like 2 hours. But she asked me if I would ever want to do like a live Stitch with us and answer questions and like just chill and hang out. And I was like, I actually really like that idea. because then I wouldn't be by myself and I wouldn't be super, super awkward. But then I was like, oh gosh, the logistics of it, because when would I do that? I don't know. Like at nighttime, the kids are awake. And on weekends, the kids are here. So I have no idea when I would do it. But she also has littles. So it's like, if she can do it, I can do it. So yeah, so that is everything. I just realized I forgot to mention the stitch along that I'm doing with this. We have 2 hashtags, Mirabilia Harvest Fairy and hashtag, I even came up with this one. Oh my gosh. I think it's hashtag Grateful for Friends, Sal. Guys, it's Friday. I don't know how my brain is even functioning right now. Oh no. It's hashtag Give Thanks for Friends, Sal. And somebody else has joined our stitch along. Lisa, Crossed by Floss, has joined as well. Memphis Sarah introduced me to her channel, and she does a lot of mirrors, and so I was like, oh my gosh, I love you. So when I saw her post today that she's joining, I was like, I'm having a fangirl moment right now. So if you have this and you want to join us, join us. If you don't have this, it is hard to find. I believe Sarah got hers from Garon Stitchery. I got mine from, is her name Mindy or Mandy? On one of the Facebook groups, on several Facebook groups, Mindy Duplantis Daigle. And you can find her in several Mira Facebook groups. But if you go to like Mira Embellishments by Sale Trade, she will put stuff up for sale in there. I think she must have like an LNS or is a distributor or like has a shop of some kind. Because she gets like all the Miras and the beads and the fancy floss and stuff. So if you are interested, you could always contact Mindy and see if she has any. Otherwise, you're going to have to do a Google search for this one because this one is hard to find. So, that being said, I think... oh, no, that's not everything. I have a giveaway. Okay, so this is another pattern from my big box of patterns. This is Stony Creek, Wise Wisdom, these cute little owls. This was one I was going to keep because I love owls and I love plaid. But I decided I have enough patterns. I do not need to be greedy. So I am going to give this one away. The keyword is going to be owl. You need to be 18 years or old or over. You need to fill out my Google form, which is in the description box. And then you need to use the keyword owl. And now with that, that is everything. So I hope if you are in the US, because I have no idea if this is a weekend that has a holiday for anybody else in the world, but if you are in the US, I hope you have a fun and safe Labor Day weekend. If you are outside the US and you don't have a holiday, hope you have a good weekend. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!